Hello everyone! Welcome back to another week of Let's See What This Pain Is. Ooh, okay, interesting. Sorry I'm late. I was doing very important things. I was submitting my resume at a location other than here. My house, which makes sense. So, I'm a little bit late to the Odyssey, but nevertheless, let's see what we can do. Now, if you know me, you know I already hate these two maps. So it's not looking good. Back to school / math class by Warlord, or W4RLORD, whatever you want to call it. The freshmen at Monkey Academy are in class to learn the basics of addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Okay. So, we've got Adora's Temple, Bazaar, Mesa. Oh, fuck. What the hell is this? Oh, that's an X. So that is likely to be multiplication. This is two separate tracks. This is also two separate tracks, potentially division. Also two separate tracks for division. That's also an X. So where's the addition and the subtraction? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's just have a look and hope that it's not painful. Oh my god, it's not painful. Thank everything. Adora's Temple, medium standard, 21 to 80, 3,000 to start. That's more than enough. Bazaar, medium, reverse, 1 to 60. Reverse does nothing, practically. And 300 to start is actually not that much. So that's almost guaranteed Dart Monkey start, if we're even allowed one. So that's quite a small amount of money to begin with, not gonna lie. That might be a little bit difficult. And then we've got Mesa, hard half okay. Appreciate it. Very much appreciated. Mesa's a pain in my ass, but half cash is even more of a pain in my ass. Luckily, the regrow rate, the ceramic health, and the Moab health are all cut in half. And the ability cooldown time is also cut in half, which is a benefit. Removal rate is also cut in half, which is also a benefit. Right. That means that this map should also have some benefits for us, because this is a very fucking difficult map. What? Okay. We're gonna have to get good at X Factor. That's gonna suck. That's gonna really suck. Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie. This is most likely gonna be the hardest map here. And then we've got Blunarius Prime on Hard Impoppable from 3 to 97. What a strange amount of numbers. Interesting. Maybe that has something to do with the title and the description. Okay, but overall, out of all these maps, this one sucks. Why does this one suck so much? It's double HP Moabs, essentially. Double the ceramic health as well. Double the regrow rate. So this must be the multiplication. Because it's on an X, it's ×2 or whatever. This is the division because there's two divide. Okay, I get you. This is reverse. There's no Uno reverse card in math class. And this is standard. So, I don't know. This, however, I don't know what this is. Subtraction? -3 from 100 to get 97? I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure this out. All I know is that this is going to be the massive pain in our ass later on. But, because they haven't altered speed at all, technically, only the ceramics and the Moabs are going to be the difficult part. All the balloons leading up to it, so from round 1 to 39, and round 41 to 49, shouldn't be changed whatsoever except for the ceramics. So, you know. Oh, and the regrows. Okay, never mind. Anyway, let's just see what this nightmare has in store for us. Okay, we get a lot of towers, we get a lot of powers, and we get a potentially good lot of heroes. Let's have a look. Quincy, Gwendolyn, Etienne, and Sai. Honestly, some pretty good towers here. Pretty good towers. No restrictions or anything? Oh, and we get the Alchemist and the Ninja. Thank everything. Right. Nothing's all camo, nothing's all regrow. So, we can start off with a decent tower. Now, what do we want? Quincy. Let's have a look at these maps again. Not a lot of water on many of them. Blinarius Prime is probably going to be the one map where we'd actually use the water, maybe even one Bazaar as well. But Quincy would fit in fairly well on these maps, not particularly great, but I think Etienne's probably a better choice, and Psy as well. Psy is definitely a better choice for X Factor, so I think... I honestly don't do it much, but I think I'm going to try Psy. They've honestly been a hero I've ignored for quite a while, and no particular reason. I just prefer Sorta and Ben, but they're not around, so they can't save me. Okay, grab some snipers, grab a wizard, ninja, alchemist, maybe even a super monkey, because honestly the last Odyssey proved to me that super monkeys are pretty freaking useful overall. We'll grab a heli. No banana farms. I need to make sure I check that now, because honestly, banana farms can be quite helpful. And maybe even a boomerang on this map, on these maps, because the start is going to be difficult. I know that much for a fact. Bring some subs. Subs better than boats. Are subs better than boats? On these maps, I think boats are better than subs on these maps. So we will take those and put these in instead. I honestly believe on this handful of maps, boats are going to do us a bit better than subs. Throw in more of those, and we'll throw an extra... Ooh, let's throw in an extra super monkey. No, wizard, because there's 2 paths, and I'd like multiple wall of fires. Alright, I think I'm happy. Let's move on, and luckily we can forget about X Factor till tomorrow, because that is when part 2 will be released. However, we are focusing on part 1 for now. So, Adora's Temple, 21 to 80, standard game mode, 3,000 cash. Very straightforward. So, because Psy doesn't give a shit about walls or length or anything really, Psy really just doesn't give a shit. We can put them anywhere. So, I want to put them here. Specifically because if you put them off into the corner, you know, that's great. They don't take up a lot of space. You know, it's not taking the place of a tower that actually uses its own range. But then you can't use Psy's first ability. At least not very well. So we'll do that. And then we'll throw down a ninja and an alchemist around here, I think. So let's do that. Ninja first. Get it to at least sharp shuriken. And then we can throw down the alch next to it, just to be a little extra help and actually have lead popping power. We good? We good. It looks like we've got a solid start. And once again, no monkey knowledge. At least as long as I can hold out without it. How have you guys been? Because today has been pretty hectic for me. I got myself an amazing game. In fact, I'm still in my going out clothes at the moment. I'm not in my comfortable at-home clothes, which kind of sucky, but that's fine. I'll deal with it. I'm an adult. I'm not gonna whine about this. But yesterday, I acquired a game that is amazing. It's like made specifically for me. I swear. Because it is a combination of everything that I appreciate. It's, first of all, a game. Y'all know I love myself a good video game. It's also about fitness. So, you know, combining my 2 loves right there. And it also makes you do exercises to play the game. Which is pretty damn good, you know? Combining fitness with video games, or just games in general, is like my end goal in life. If I can somehow open up a gym that is also a card shop or a game shop, don't ask me how I'm gonna make that work, but that's like my end goal in life if I can get there, right? So this is kind of like combining 2 big passions of mine. And if you haven't already worked out what game it is for the Nintendo Switch, if you're still looking to guess for some reason. And it is called Ring Fit Adventure. Now, this game, I didn't think it would actually be much of as much of a workout and more of just like a fun game to play. It's legitimately a good workout. Like, if you pick the right intensity for you, it's a legitimately good workout. And if you want it to be a workout, it will be. It absolutely will be. My legs are absolutely feeling like shit today because I played probably too much of it yesterday. But nevertheless, it was good fun. It was great fun. I'm also going to put a sniper up at the top here because I don't trust these guys to pop a Moab on its own. So we'll do this. But yeah, it is such good fun. Oh, if you ever get a chance to play it, even if it's just like at a friend's house, you know, like, it's quite good. It is quite good. Yeah, see, I didn't trust them to fully pop it, but luckily Sai's on our side. But yeah, so let me tell you guys how my last 2 days have been, right? Yesterday, got the game, played it a little just to test it out, thought, hey, this is cool. I'm gonna set up a daily reminder to play this game every single day so that I get a good workout in, because it was a much better workout than I originally was anticipating. And I'm very pleased to announce that it's sort of kickstarting me back into exercising, because, not gonna lie, I've been a bit of a fat piece of shit these last few weeks, and not gonna lie, there's a lot of ice cream in the freezer. I haven't purchased it, you know, it's the other two people. It's my mum and my sister that are eating the ice cream more than me, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been dipping my hand into the ice cream, what do they call it, jug, bowl, jar, container, every now and then recently. So, not feeling the greatest, but this Ring Fit Adventure shit is getting me back into fitness, which I love. Now, so I played it just to try it out, and then later on, my mum saw me playing it and was just like, oh, show me how it works, and things like that, because she's interested in fitness as well. So, I played it again, right? And since I had set up my daily reminders, I've set it up for 7 PM every day. So, you know, if you work out what time it is roughly in Australia, like 7 PM wise, you'll know that I'm playing Ring Fit Adventure. So yeah, once again, played it again. You know, I was a little bit fatigued after the first play, but I thought, you know what, it's fine. It's fine. I can just do a short level or something, and everything will be a-okay. So that's what I did. Did a real quick level, and everything worked out nice and fine for me. Today, oh, today, I must admit, a lot of the time when you're working out, and I knew this could potentially happen, a lot of the time when you're working out, there is a higher chance for you to be sore the following day rather than on the day itself. Now, it obviously depends on what type of training you do. You know, if you're going a very high intensity and, you know, really pushing yourself to the limit, of course you're going to feel it that day as well as the following day. But, you know, I didn't feel too much on the day, but today I woke up and I was like, oh, yeah, that was a good workout, right? So, I played a little more today before going out to drop off my resume. This was before. So I played like a solid 30 minutes worth of it, because it times your progress as well, which is great. It shows you all the stats, which is a big plus in my book. If you can show me statistics on what I've done throughout the entirety of me playing the game, like from day of purchase till like 3 years later, I love that in games. That's why I love stats overall. It's just so much fun in my mind. So, it also showed me that, which was really cool. But, so yeah, I'd played it quite a bit for like another 30 minutes or so. Then I went out. Now, this next part's completely my fault. And probably the biggest reason why I'm gonna feel like shit tomorrow. Or at least my legs are gonna jiggle and wobble and my feet are gonna hate me and I probably won't play Ring Fit for the most part. How we doing on 63? We pretty good? We pretty good. Okay, cool. So my fiance dropped me off. This is the big fuck up that I made, right? It happened pretty early on, but I didn't realize it was a fuck up until later on. So essentially where I was going was quite close to where my fiance needed to go for an appointment. I'm not going to say what for, I'm not going to say where, because that would be weird. But she had an appointment of sorts, and I planned on dropping my resume off in a similar area. So we went there, and she said, oh yeah, I can sort of park outside where I need to go. I can go in, drop it off, get back in the car, go to where she needs to go, and then I can just hang out for a bit until appointment's all good, and then we just head up, right? So, we thought that would be a good idea. My navigational skills, absolutely horrendous. I essentially started the navigation when we were close to the area, which I think was a bad idea. So I was trying to navigate and guide my fiance to where I needed to go. And when I hit start on the navigation, it showed 2 dots. One of which was where we started the navigation, so the start point, and one of which was the end point. However, and this will be very relevant to the fuck up, the 2 dots were identical in what they look like. Now, you would expect, using some sort of GPS or guidance technology, that there would be a blue streak or a green streak going from one side, one of the dots, to the other dot. Now, for some reason, and it might have been because I didn't have internet connectivity, I was just going offline mode, looking at the map, sort of guiding myself. For some reason, there was no clear indication that one of them was the start and one of them was the finish. So essentially what I did was I missed a turn early on, and so we had to do a bit of a detour, and I ended up taking us back to where we started instead of where we were meant to go. So I just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm an idiot. We'll just make sure you get to your appointment on time, because that was more important. And so that's what we did. So she parked just outside where she was having her appointment, and then I decided, oh, hey, you know, we're kind of in the area, so I'll just walk, you know, I'll go for a quick trip to find this place on my own, and I'll be back. You know, real quick, won't take too long. Now, the appointment was supposedly going to take a while, so I thought, yeah, I'll be back in time, easy. And here's fuck up number 2 that I made. I left my resume in the car. So the thing that I was planning on taking to the job drop-off point, I had left in the car. The one thing that I actually needed, I had left in the car. So I said, hey, give me your keys. I'll get my resume out. I'll go there, drop it off, and then come back, and hopefully you'll be finished around that time. So I got the keys, grabbed the resume. Fiance went in to her appointment. I didn't have a mask, so I figured, you know, like, masks are only really mandatory in certain situations now. But I figured, you know, appointments are probably a situation where you would need a mask, you know, regardless of what the appointment was. Enclosed space with another individual. Makes sense. So yeah, I didn't have a mask because I wasn't going to go in. But I think they had a specific rule due to the restrictions and the pandemic and all that jazz that I wasn't allowed in anyway. So that was fine. So I took the keys, got my resume out, started walking with my GPS in my hand towards the location I needed to go. I did not realize how far away this place was. Okay, cool, done. Next map. I hate this map. Bizarre. Literally my least favorite map in this whole game. Despite what X Factor has, I still would prefer to play X Factor over Bazaar. Anyway, yeah, this is why we brought Dart Monkeys. Holy shit. Wait, this isn't half cash, right? Okay, good. It's just reverse. Uno card reverse. Classic. So I started walking, and I didn't realize how far away this place was. But from when I started, it was roughly... Let's put another one down, shall we? It was roughly 4 kilometers away. Now, I'm talking walking pace here, so I'm for the most part taking my time. You know, I don't really power walk. I don't often, you know, go for super long distance stuff. This is why I brought along a boomerang to potentially save us some lives. Put one there, why not? Oh yeah, that's good life savage right there. That's pretty good. Hey, I only lost 5 lives. So yeah, it was quite a distance that I did not realize for some reason. So I walked 4 kilometers to get to where I needed to be. The lady at the desk was very kind and very accepting of my resume. I was just like, oh yeah, the big boss manager person isn't in right now, but I will hand it over and all will be well. So I was like, cool, sweet, gonna head off now, gotta get back. The big issue here was that I still had the keys to the car. I didn't have the resume anymore because I dropped it off. All mission successful for me, right? The problem was that when I was like, you know, I'd say 1/3 of the way back on my 4 kilometer journey, my fiance called me and was just like, I'm done with the appointment. And I was like, holy shit, that was pretty quick. That's cool though. How was it and all that? And everything was fine. Everything's all good. I was still on my way back. The problem suddenly occurred to me, like, probably a few minutes before she called. I was like, oh hey, I've still got the keys. That's kind of sucky. What if she finishes early and, you know, is just locked out of the car and I'm not there either? So sadly that situation did occur, but luckily I started running. Not for my life, just to, you know, just to get there sooner. So I was speeding up. She got bored, so she started coming back towards me to sort of meet halfway and then walk back as well, which I appreciated. She didn't have to do that, but she did. So that we had time to walk and talk sort of thing. But yeah, so essentially we could have just been in and out if I just waited and maybe dropped off my resume after, which was completely an option, you know. I don't know why it didn't cross my mind that I could have just waited, but yeah. So that was my big string of fuck-ups for today. But all is well. We met up, we got back in the car, we grabbed some fish and chips. However, despite me saying that was my last fuck-up of the day, ramifications are a thing. So essentially, despite me not making any more mistakes, you know, there's still the slight issue of how I'm gonna feel and how my feet are gonna feel at the end of the day. Which, I mean, at the moment, I think there are some definite blisters forming, which is gonna be horrible. Absolutely horrible. We need sharp objects here. Have we got sharp objects? For the most part, but we could do better. So yeah, my feet are gonna feel like shit. I might not even like walking around tomorrow, but we'll see. That'll be a fun one to find out. What do we want to use here? We could put down 2 planes, or we could put down 1 helipilot. I think 1 helipilot's probably the better call. So let's do that. Let's put you a bit up here so you can help out with the early poppage of these perps. of these perpetrators, of these purples. But yeah, so my feet are not going to be very impressed with me tomorrow. But you know what? That's life. That's life. And my feet have to realize that I'm going to make so many stupid fucking decisions. So they need to make room for me. Can you pop leads? You can almost pop leads. Cool. Cool. Hot shots it is then. Or hot shot. But yeah, so I made quite a few fuck-ups and mistakes today. But overall, things went well. You know, it wasn't like that it wasn't a situation where it was like I was hours late or, you know, 24 years too late to save a marriage in crisis or some sort of movie plot. But, yeah. Let's... Neither of us were pleased about the situation at hand. Especially not my fiancé. So, all's well now. All is well now. And, all missions were a success. And, things have been patched up. So we're all good. But could have saved a bit of time if I had just, you know, waited. But at the same time, I wouldn't have gotten the beautiful views and a good insight into the neighborhood and the loving, beautiful skyline and sunset. Not sunset, it wasn't that late, but you know what I mean. It was an experience and I enjoyed it. So, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say on the topic. But yeah, I did fuck up quite a lot. But it's all good now. It's all good. We're back with the Odyssey. I'm glad it was an easy first day for you guys. I'm incredibly sorry for being late. But like I said, I'm an idiot. Happens more often than you think. Me being an idiot, not me fucking up like that. Typically I fuck up in less dramatic fashion. So what do I want? Maybe you know what? Fuck it. We'll get a monkey pirates to deal with round 40. It's something new. We haven't done that in a while. It's certainly been a while since I've purposely chosen an ability. So let's do it. Yoink. So evil. Plus I feel like our defense was pretty weak, so it felt right to grab a insta-kill of some sort. So let's put a sniper in the middle. It's probably not the greatest idea. In fact, yeah, it's probably much better to do this. Because that way, you can start working on these outside ones and then shoot down the lane of the other side. Makes much more sense this way. But yeah, so we're all good. Everything's a-okay, and hopefully I get the job. And if I get the job, I will divulge more details about it. But just for now, I shall keep it a slight bit of a secret. Because why not? But yeah, so hopefully, this is admittedly one of a big long list of jobs that I've applied for. This is the most recent one. So fingers crossed, you know, wish me luck. But who knows? Who knows? Honestly, in certain situations, depending on the job I apply for, sometimes I feel like I should take things off of my resume because it makes me look like I'm gonna leave. Like, I've got experience as a personal trainer and I've got a qualification as a personal trainer. So I feel like if I'm applying for something that isn't personal training, they'll look at me and go, this asshole's gonna ditch us the second a gym lets him in. And then they just immediately think, alright, well, we'll say no. We'll get ahead of the curve. Which I can't blame them for, to be honest. But hey, if they're looking for someone and I'm applying and other people aren't, then I've got a leg up on them. So, whatever. Turn this guy into a monkey pirates too, why not? Now that we've actually got firepower for Moabs, I don't mind splashing out a bit more. Plus, this can bring in, like, BFBs, can't it? So this is just gonna one-shot round 60. Huh. See, my brain going on autopilot, just... Sometimes it brings out masterpieces like this, and other times I just lose on like round 6. And I get stuck there for ages. It's weird. But I mean, so far so good. In fact, I think this defense is almost perfect. Because these guys can pop camo leads. Psy can now pop camo leads, which is brilliant. So I don't think we'll face anything too crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary, at least. It seems pretty cool, or pretty crazy, that I started this off with 2 unupgraded Dart Monkeys that I still haven't changed, an unupgraded Boomerang that I still haven't changed, and then I just grew my empire from there with boats and snipers. See, this map and Blenarius Prime, I think, are going to be very useful for our friends on the high seas. Ooh, and I've just realized, I mean, we don't have banana farms, but we do have 3 boats that have all tiers unlocked, so I doubt we're gonna get a boat paragon, but hey, there's a chance. Anyway, that has been Back to School / math class by Warlord, or W4RLORD, whatever you want to call it. I don't know where the addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication are. I assume because this map has maybe this map is the plus, the addition. Yeah, that makes sense. It just looks like an X from here. Well, it doesn't. It looks like a plus, but I don't know. It's, from one of the sides, it looks like an X. So this is plus. This is Uno reverse card. So this is minus. I don't know. Maybe it took away some of my starting cash. Maybe that makes sense. Half cash is definitely division because everything's divided by 2. X factor is multiplication because it's all multiplied by 2, which is gonna be a pain in the ass. And Blenarius Prime must then be, I don't know, derivatives or some shit. Anyway, nobody knows what's going on with Blenarius Prime. So, that is gonna do it for part 1. I hope this has helped. Admittedly, X Factor is probably gonna be the biggest pain, so feel free to wait for part 2 coming out tomorrow, and if you can't wait, by all means, other people would have probably submitted guides by now. But thank you all so much for watching and or listening. I hope you enjoy your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.